Hey guys, welcome back to Figure Unboxing. If you're finding me for the first time, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the future content. And in this video, we're going to take a look at the S.H.Figuarts Batman from the Justice League. And I believe this is my first Ben Affleck Batman, so I'm actually quite excited for the figure. But for the whole Justice League line, I'm still not sure. Because I haven't seen a movie yet, I don't know if I'm going to like them or not, and a lot of them are Tamashii web exclusive. But if they all get a regular release in the States, I might consider going all in. But for now, finger crossed, I'm not sure what's going to happen. But here's the left of the box, here's the right of the box, and here's the back of the box. Very nice packaging, nice and slick, and let's bust this thing open and see what we got. And here's the figure still in there in the packaging, and it came with a bare minimum, but I think for a regular release, the price is not too bad. It's also featuring the new cloth cape, so yeah, let's check out the figure itself. Alright, so here we have the figure itself, and honestly, I feel a little bit indifferent about this one. And don't get me wrong, the figure is not bad, but I don't think it's amazing either. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, it's not as good as I want it to be, and I think it could be a lot better. And let's just take a closer look at the figure. I love the attention to detail. You can see all these muscles. Everything is very nicely painted and sculpted. The head sculpt does look really good. I think for 1/12 scale, this is okay already. I can tell this is Ben Affleck. But I feel like the biggest problem I have with this figure is the proportion. It looks a little bit off. And I think it's because of the traps. The trap is just way too big in my opinion. I feel like if they shave this down a little bit and just make his neck a little bit longer, it will look a lot better. For now, I don't want to use the word fat, but he does look a little bit slow to me, like not very agile. And I think it's because of the thick neck, or like a short neck, you know. But just my opinion, do let me know in the comments on what you think, but let's check out the articulation. And for the articulation, let's quickly go over from the neck down. He can look up about this much, look down about this much, not really a lot, but you have to like really move the lower neck. And you can turn his head no problem. And his shoulder is on a standard ball joint, but he has a really good butterfly joint. This thing has a lot of range. You can raise his arm up about this much, and you do have some shoulder swivel. And unfortunately, no bicep swivel, but you can curl about this much, and you do get the ball wrist. And for the ab crunch, he can bend forward about this much, and you can bend backwards about this much. And most of the movement come from the lower torso, kind of like the Street Fighter's figures. And for the lower leg, you can do some pull down method. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, there's pull down method. You can kick up about this high, bend about this much, and you do have thigh swivels, side to side pivot, and toe hinge. And for the cape, it's only got 2 wires, unlike the Christian Bale Batman, which had 4. But yeah, we're gonna try to play around with the cape a little bit more when we do the action posing. And for now, let's jump straight into the accessories. And for the accessories, first off, we have a pair of disposable hands. It's very nicely painted and sculpted. And next up, we get a pair of hands to hold the batterings, very nicely painted and sculpted, but unfortunately, we only get one, which is really cheap by Bandai. And lastly, we do get a pair of hands to hold the grappling gun, and it's very nicely painted and sculpted, of course. And you do get one interchangeable part over here. Just have to take this thing out and just plug it in. Bear with me while I do that. And yeah, it looks pretty good. But I believe that's it for the accessories. And I feel like they should have given us another face sculpt or two. But there's nothing we can do about it except for boycotting the figure, which obviously I'm not doing here. But I don't know. But anyways, let's jump straight into some action poses. Anyways, that was just some quick posing, and I hope you guys find it helpful. And after playing around with it, I feel like the articulation is lacking in some areas. Again, the figure is not horrible, but it could definitely be better. And do let me know in the comments on what you think, and let's jump straight into the size comparison. And for the size comparison, let us start with the S.H.Figuarts Suicide Squad and Dark Knight Trilogy. And I feel like Batfleck could definitely be a little bit taller, but it's not too bad. And then we have some Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts. And next up, we have some S.H.Figuarts Naruto figures. And if you are interested in the Akatsuki robe, I'm selling them personally, and the link is down in the description below. Some S.H.Figuarts Street Fighters figures and Amazing Yamaguchi. Some American IP S.H.Figuarts and Bring Arts Sora. And next up, we have some Mesco 112 Collective, and this figure is obviously too small for the domestic scale. And again, if you are interested in the Punisher trench coat and the Joker long coat, I also have both of them in stock, and the Joker coat comes in two colors, purple and gray. And then we have some of my favorite Kamen Riders. And lastly, we have some recent Figma figures, and let's jump straight into the final thoughts. Alright, so for the final thoughts, as much as I love Batman, I'm just not feeling it for this figure. The articulation is lacking a little bit, the proportion looks a little bit off to me, and it doesn't come with a whole lot of accessories. But that said, he's still fairly nicely painted and sculpted, and he should be able to pull off most of the poses you want from Batman. I guess what I'm trying to say is, it could be a lot better, and I feel like Bandai didn't put as much effort as they could. But anyways, I think that's it from me. Do let me know in the comments on what you think. I think he's gonna go down in price really quickly. But yeah, this is Eric. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And be sure to check out my online store. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.